is.
He knew in his own mind he had a first down, and he's happy to see that they mark it.
And of course, these Saskatoon Hilltops are doing a pretty good job of holding the Sun back. We've seen an awful lot more points on this than this on the board in the second quarter of most of the games we've been at. 13-6, the score for the Okanagan Sun over the Saskatoon Hilltops.
This is an entertaining game. Nobody's running away with it. They're just playing good football.
Breslin passing over on the right-hand side. Rod Muirhead, no mistake this time.
Another first down, Al.
Indeed.
I'll tell you, Bresden is mixing them up. He's making the right calls.
And this is what Bresden does so well. He'll go to the running attack. He'll go to the pass attack. He'll mix up his plays, and he has just the players to do it.
Muirhead's out, Dirkson's in, and we'll see Muirhead discussing with the coaching staff now. They're going to send in a play with him on the next play, I would think.
Well, Bresden's mixing them up well and making it awfully rough on that defense to read.
He's doing a good job with 4 minutes left in the half. They're down to the 35-yard line.
And it's 1st and 10 from that point. The OK Sun. Bresden. And off there. And, oh, boy, look out. We do have some running room. Troy Grado in there, I believe.
Yeah, Troy Grado. He just come around the end here to the near side and got a lot of running room and another first down.
Again, it moves the yardstick stand, so the OK Sun establishing that running attack all of a sudden.
Oh, this is great. 3 first downs in a row. Well, we can't ask for anything better than this. They're on the march downfield. And it's just beautiful football.
Well, we've seen this before. The OK Sun goes in there and just keeps banging away at them. Eventually, they wear them down.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Saskatoon Hilltops.
Bresden starts to count. There's the snap. Little pitch out to Marasco, and he's headed for pay dirt. Look out!
Another first down, Al.
Boy, I'll tell you, I think Marasco was looking for pay dirt there, Dan. I think he saw end zone.
That was a nice play by Bresden. They thought he was going to run, Al, and he saw Marasco coming around the corner. Of course, that wasn't a broken play. They called that play. It was beautiful. Marasco had a full head of steam when he took that pitch out.
Well, Marasco, one of those young men that is extremely explosive. You never know what's going to happen. Give him the ball. He can go all the way at any given time.
That's for sure.
Good second effort in there.
1st and goal from the 7-yard line for the Okanagan Sun. 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
And would the Sun like to go into halftime with another touchdown? You bet they would.
Oh, would they ever?
Looks like Muirhead out again, Dan. Well, Shane Bresden, that is.
This time it's Bresden coming
There you get
out.
a shot at Shane Bresden coming to the bench, talking to the quarterback coach and head coach Nagy.
All right, the timeout being called. Bresden taking a sip of juice down there, checking some things over with the coaching staff.
Do hope all you folks at home that couldn't make it out here are enjoying the football game as much as we're enjoying bringing it to you. And you should see the stands here. My goodness, you're looking across the field just at the small stands. You can see the crowd. Just an excellent crowd here today, Dan.
Oh, for sure. More people here than that have been to any of the games that we've covered so far. And it's just fantastic that Shaw Cable and their volunteer crew have made the commitment to bring you all of the Sun football home games this year, including this Western Canadian Championship final.
There's a good hand.
Oh, what a hand for Bresden as he's heading out there.
Very capable young man.
There we look at number 12 of the Saskatoon Hilltops.
Rob Sotnico, he's coming off. Looks like he might have been winded or something there, Dan.
He's holding his stomach there. We didn't see what happened on that play, but a trainer was on the field.
Okay, time's back in. Bresden's back out there. Takes the snap. There's a handoff to Marasco, and he's in there. There's another touchdown. Dan, we just finished saying it, Mike Marasco.
Oh, we're savoring this moment. Listen to the crowd.
Indeed.
Marasco, you know what really amazes me too, Al, is the fantastic camaraderie on this team. There, Bresden, we've seen him pitch out to Marasco on the play before, and he made a beautiful play to get in within field or within touchdown range, and then he goes back to Marasco and allows him to take it in for the major.
Indeed. We just finished saying that Mike Marasco, at any given moment, you give this man the ball and look out, he can do anything. There's the kick, it's up and it's good.
20-6, the Okanagan Sun with 2:56 remaining till halftime. And boy, again, this may be something we didn't expect, but the Okanagan Sun have proven us wrong over and over. We've expected close games, and they just come out here, take it upon themselves to dominate the game, and we're seeing it again here today.
You know, Dan, we were at a press conference yesterday, and I asked the Saskatoon coach, I said, you realize from watching the films how explosive this Okanagan Sun team is, and they just seem to establish themselves and then steamroll from there. Does that intimidate you? He said no, but they were very concerned about it, and they did expect a real good, tough game, and by golly, they're not disappointed, nor are the fans disappointed here.
Yeah, well, we've said before, you know, it's the advantage that the coaching staff of the Okanagan Sun had is that they just had to try and get their team to cut down the defensive running, or pardon me, the offensive running game of the Saskatoon Hilltops. But what do you do against the Sun? I mean, they're a good running team, they're a good passing team, they're a good big play team, and that's tough to defend against.
Mark Lear with that football, he's turning it upfield, and he's got himself a big hole. Look out!
He broke 3
tackles. He had one man to beat, Dan, and he was on his way.
Yeah,
an excellent run back there by Mark Lear.
Finally taken down by Shane Sommerfeld, one of the safety men back there, as he broke tackle a couple of times. Boy, that fella can run.
Well, they are known as a running team, and they didn't get here by being pussycats, I'll tell you that.
No, the upsets that they've made, we have to take them seriously. 1st and 10.
Reeder back there to pass, looking out on the left-hand flat side.
Good reception there for a first down.
Did they get a first on that, Dan?
They got a first down on that.
I've got a post right here.
Yeah, Mark Lear again, the fella that ran the kickoff back out there on the left side of the Saskatoon Hilltops to pull in that 11-yard pass.
An excellent play in there by Reeder, and he passed out on that left-hand side. Complete, so they scrimmage 1st and 10 from about the 50-yard line. Here we are. Fake the handoff, passing over this middle line. Another excellent catch in there.
Oh, nice reception.
This time by Ken Reed.
3 Okanagan Sun players there defending on that. He went up in the air. It was a perfect high pass taken over his head.
Well, Saskatoon not content, of course, to let the Okanagan Sun go in and run away with any points. They're going to make them work for every one. Well, now here they are coming back.
We see the second first down conversion in a row now by the Saskatoon Hilltops. The same thing we
Here's
see.
Reeder, starts his count, takes a snap, passing out on this right-hand side. Oh, my goodness. Darren Hockman took that one, and he was hit immediately.
And Trevor Bannatyne hit him, Al. He didn't take him out of bounds, but he pushed him back and knocked him down. They'll mark that, though, at his forward most point of progress. So he only gets about a yard. They're giving him 2 yards on the play.
Well, that brings on a 2nd and 9 situation, Dan. And we might just say hello to all the folks in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, who are tuning into this football game. You're seeing junior football at its finest. Oh, a bit of a low snap.
Oh, what a job of scrambling there by the quarterback.
An excellent job of scrambling. He had to jump his own players, Dan.
Okay, Reeder's dropped nonetheless, and we hear an appreciative hand from the crowd on that as they fail to convert that 2nd down situation.
Well, Shane Reeder with a bad snap from center. He managed to elude a couple of pursuers back in there, so he wasn't dropped for too bad of a loss, but he had to jump his own players. He had men down in front of him, men coming in from each side. He just didn't have anywhere to go.
Great, we hope the folks enjoyed the intro that we were able to bring on camera today, and of course the work you did, Al, last week of getting those interviews and so on together of all the players.
Well, my pleasure, Dan.
And we'd like the comments from the people down at Shaw Cable too on just how much they're enjoying this season of football.
Well, you saw Spencer McLennan. He took that punt, and not much room there for him to run anything back. Saskatoon Hilltops were down there pretty quickly to stop him.
Yeah, they'll be 1st and 10 from about their own 22-yard line. But again, they still have the wind at their back, and I'm sure they need to rack up these points for fear of what Saskatoon might do in the 3rd quarter.
Well, we have an awful lot of time left yet in this game, so it could go either way yet.
1:21 remaining until halftime.
Shane Breslin still in there as coach or as quarterback for the OK Sun. Calling the signals. There's the snap. He's back looking to pass over on the far right-hand side.
Picked off.
Oh, and that ball was picked off in there.
Interception by Chris Hall, number 35. He gets nowhere.
And we have a flag on the play as well, Dan. We'll have to wait and see what the officials call it. But an excellent play in there by Chris Hall to step in front of the intended receiver and take that ball.
All right, again, it's blocking below the waist. And this time against the Okanagan Sun.
Holding call, Dan, against the Sun. So this does come at a critical time, of course. 1:14 left until halftime. The OK Sun leading the Saskatoon Hilltops by a score of 20-6.
All right, so it's holding. The first indication. Oh, there we had 2 penalties. That's what it was. We had a penalty against both teams on that play. It's holding against the Sun, blocking below the waist on Saskatoon.
Well, Saskatoon does take the ball, so it's first down. First and 10 from about the 40-yard line of the OK Sun. Shane Rader, oh, and another broken play.
Bobbled. He's hit right away.
Another broken play there, Dan, and he jumped over center. He might have gained about 3 yards.
Right, and that's credit to the Okanagan Sun, Al. The quarterback knows he's being forced there. That big front line of Saskatoon isn't doing the job that they maybe thought they'd do against Okanagan Sun players.
Well, you know, Big Roy Mino, number 72 for the Okanagan Sun, he said he hasn't had any competition this year, and he was certainly looking forward to this game.
Well, he doesn't take second place to anybody when it comes to size in this league. 5'10", 250 pounds. Here we see a look at the bench of the Saskatoon Hilltops. Our handheld camera down at sidelines. Looking at the
Roy
quarterback,
Mino, of
Shane
course,
Reeder.
Roy Mino plays nose guard for the OK Sun. He ducked out on our on-camera introductions there the other night, Dan, but he's a native of Kamloops, 272 pounds, 6'1", he's 22 years old, and apparently this will be his last year.
Okay, so he's even bigger than I anticipated.
He's a big boy. Here we go, 2nd and 7. Reeder still in there as quarterback for Saskatoon.
Takes the handoff, and then he does hand off.
A handoff and a sweep up the left-hand side, and oh boy, he's a little bit short there, Dan, but he was definitely good second effort. He was really trying in there.
Mark Olson did a good job of going around the left side there, Al, on that play, of course. 1:03 remaining here till halftime.
So 3rd and 1, it looks like they're going to send in the kicking team.
Well, this is kind of unusual, I would think, unless it's a short yardage crew going in there.
Well, that could be too, but 3rd and 1.
With this little bit of time left, I'm sure they're going to go for it.
Indeed they are, Dan. That's what it was, short yardage crew. There's the handoff up the middle, and he's got lots.
Oh, good job of going over the top. Almost a bobble there by the quarterback, as he was almost late getting that ball into the arms of the running back. But they do manage to convert that first down.
Well, there's only 48 seconds left showing on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. We'll have to see if Saskatoon can put it in there and pick up the necessary points before they go into halftime.
Well, they do have time. Of course, it does take a lot more time, these running plays, attempting to get a touchdown rather than the pass.
Reeder calling, he takes the snap, he's back to pass. Oh, he's being chased there, and down he goes.
Well, he eluded a couple of guys, Al, but you can't elude the whole team.
Well, there again, the OK Sun just
they just
covering those receivers, and he had no one to throw to. He had to step it upfield himself, and he was surrounded.
Timeout called now by Saskatoon, as Reeder was only able to dive ahead for a gain of 1 yard on that play. We see him coming to the sidelines
there
now.
You see Shane Reeder coming over to the sidelines, talk to his coaching staff. He's asked for a timeout. He's doing an excellent job in there for Saskatoon.
And a shot of the clock showing 29 seconds.
And this series of plays, of course, was set up by that interception by Chris Hall, who did an excellent job of stepping in front of the OK receiver to turn this ball over, and Saskatoon consequently has a chance to score before we go into halftime. However, there's only 29 seconds left showing on the clock.
That's right, and all they have to do is get through the Okanagan Sun team to get into that end zone, and I'm sure that's a bigger struggle than 29 seconds on the clock.
Well, Shane Reeder going back into the game. After speaking with his coaches, getting a little bit of direction, we'll see what they elect to do.
I'm sure he's getting frustrated, Al, on this running game. They have,
well, it's 2nd and 9, Dan.
They've converted a few
Looks like they're going from the shotgun, and Reeder's looking back to pass.
He's going
deep.
One.
He's going to the end zone. Intercepted.
Number 73 of the Okanagan Sun, folks, Trevor Bannatyne. We saw the Hail Mary there. Saskatoon is not known for their passing plays, and that one just didn't work.
Well, that shut down Saskatoon. They were looking for the big play. They wanted to go into halftime, I'm sure, with a few more points on the board, but Trevor Bannatyne just outran the opposition there, the intended receiver. He took the ball instead.
I hate to say anything here, Al, because I'm not a coach, but I really think that was a mistake by the Saskatoon coaching staff. I'm sure they sent that play in there. They're a running team. They had lots of time to get the ball into the end zone. They go for the big play, and it backfires. They're going to go in the dressing room a little bit down right now.
There's a handoff up the middle for the OK Sun, and not much running room in there.
No, and they're going to be content with just running out the clock now. They're on a high. They've prevented the Saskatoon Hilltops from getting in across that end zone line for a touchdown.
Well, boy, Troy Grotto was the running back on that play, and he didn't have much room there. He might have gained about 2 yards.
Clock's running. This is going to be the last play, barring a penalty.
Breslin still in there as quarterback. Here it is, down on one knee and kills the clock. That's the end of the first half of play. And just a few stats for you. The beginning play, of course, Saskatoon Hilltops were on the scoreboard first. They did it via the field goal at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter, 3-0. The OK Sun came back with a touchdown in the second quarter at 12:30, make it 7-3. Then Corey Lang on an option play where Breslin passed out. I believe it was to was it Corey Lang and then to Tom Wixon? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Corey Lang.
At any rate,
Corey Lang was the passer on that play.
Indeed. And in they went. That made it 7-3. 9:30 of the second quarter. The OK Sun, Corey Lang again in there for the touchdown, made it 13-7. Then Saskatchewan came back with another field goal attempt, which was good at 5:30 of the second quarter, and that made it 13-6. And here at halftime, of course, number 21, Mike Marasco, 2:56 left on the clock. He ran it into the end zone. The score, 20-6 in favor of the Okanagan Sun over the Saskatoon Hilltops, and that takes us into halftime.
Yeah, and we saw the crowd give a standing ovation to the Okanagan Sun as they left the field heading for the dressing room. And boy, they're pumped up. We're going to see an exciting second half of football here in Kelowna at the Apple Bowl, Al.
Folks, stay tuned because we'll be right back with more football action in just a few minutes.
The main reason that we are here is because of that beautiful trophy over here on my right side, the Gillespie Trophy. And that is symbolic and presented to the winner of the Western Championship. And that particular team, of course, travels east this year, and on November 12th plays either Chateauguay Laval or Burlington Braves, depending on who wins tomorrow in that particular...
It's Tiger Cats.
Junior Tiger Cats. Is that what they call themselves?
They're the Junior Tiger Cats now. They changed their name last year.
So today we're very honored to have with us some of the more dignified people that make up the Canadian National Junior Football League, and also the two head coaches of the opposing teams, the Okanagan Sun and the Saskatoon Hilltops. I'd like to introduce the people at the head table. On my left, Ron White, who is the president of the British Columbia Junior Football League. Next to him, Mr. Lawrence Nagy, who is the head coach of the Okanagan Sun. In the center here, Peter Sawchuk, who is the commissioner of the Canadian National Junior Football League. Dave Hardy from the Saskatoon Hilltops, the head coach. And Don McDonald, who is the past commissioner of the Canadian National Junior Football League. In a few moments, the president, Gord Simley of the Saskatoon Hilltops, will be making his appearance and will be sitting at the head table. Of course, we want to thank Labatt's for their hospitality. These finals in junior football are synonymous with Labatt's, and they have been very, very good to us. And again, this year they have been exceptional. So we do thank our sponsor, Labatt's, and of course the Capri Hotel, who are making these facilities available for us. The Capri Hotel has been a friend of the Okanagan Sun since our inception back in 1981. So, gentlemen of the press and media, we will open up by asking you to ask questions, unless there's some statements that the Commissioner would like to make first.
Well, I'd just like to welcome the media here and congratulate the Saskatoon Hilltops and the Okanagan Sun for getting this far. Junior football has come a long way over the last few years, and we've got some good competition, and these two teams sort of exemplify the type of football that we play. The stats, looking at the statistics over the year, I handle these statistics out of Winnipeg for the league, and the stats between the two teams are pretty close, so I expect that we'll have a great football game tomorrow. And I'd like, again, to thank Labatt's for their hospitality here, and the media for showing up, and look forward to a real good game tomorrow. And you didn't come here to listen to me, you come here to talk to the coaches. That's it. Thanks very much. Thanks, Barry.
I'm going to ask Mr. Nagy, without giving away your game plan, what kind of a game we can see from the Sun tomorrow from Saskatoon and all.
Well, we've been noted for a balanced attack, and we've been watching their defense, and they showing us showing that they play a number of different defenses, and I think the key for us is to be able to be versatile and be able to attack their defense no matter what they show us, and both in the air as well on the ground.
I'll ask the Saskatoon coach a question. Traditionally, Prairie teams have beaten BC teams most of the time, and often quite handily, and you guys decimated Thunder Bay, and last year Regina beat the Sun pretty easily. I would think it must be difficult for you and your team to not feel overconfident.
Well, you know, this is my first year involved with it, and you know, I can't comment too much on what's happened in the past, but I do know, just to give you a little history, we started this year with a totally new coaching staff. There's only one returnee from last year. There are only 3 of our coaches with post-high school experience at the coaching level. Of our roster of 55, 28 were rookies. We struggled through much of our season. We finished at 5-3. We surprised, I think, a lot of people by being here. And you know what? I just don't think that our team is going to assume anything. I think that we've made it here on hard work, and we certainly don't take the Okanagan Sun nor any team that we've played this year lightly. They're a very, very solid team and very, very well balanced. I'm obviously, on the basis of what we saw in the film, we were particularly impressed with their defensive play. Again, if you look at the statistics from the BC League, the few points that they allowed through the course of the year, the fact that they didn't have any one particular individual that seemed to dominate their defense is indicated by the statistics. They seem to be very, very well balanced, equally adept at stopping both the pass and the run, and they will certainly provide a challenge for us, I'm sure, in that regard.
We're definitely got to watch for their running attack. Any team that can roll up 436 yards in the offense on the ground, you got to be aware of that. And they have a very, very strong offensive line from what we see on the films. They got some running backs that are very, very quick. As well, they do have a passing attack, but mind you, when you can run the ball 436 yards, you're not going to pass a whole lot.
Coach Nagy, I think last year one of the problems that you had with Regina was that you were outmanned physically in the line. That their guys were on average bigger, and you've got some bigger boys this year, like Jamie Bennett. And is that problem been to some extent alleviated? Can you match them in the line?
Well, I think we're still going to be a smaller team than Saskatoon. We have made some gains as far as size and strength on our offensive and defensive line. You know, I'm happy with the gains we've made. I still think we're a little smaller than the teams from the Prairies, but you know, overall, I'm happy where we're at. Yes.
I think that we kind of joke amongst it ourselves as defensive coaches a little bit. We're trying to get on the same page. We've changed quite a bit this year from time to time, and we really try and set our defense according to our opponents. And we felt that in our league, there were some people that had some very definite tendencies, and we tried to structure our defense accordingly. As I say, we were ready to try just about anything against the Rams in in the league final, because we hadn't had a lot of success with them in the previous 2 games. They'd averaged 60 points. So it's always difficult when you're facing a team for the first time. Even though you've looked at tape and you have some idea of the tendencies, you're not sure how you match up. I think that certainly we'll go out and try and execute what we believe that we can do best against them. And certainly we'll use the first quarter as a real prep time, and we'll make changes and adjustments accordingly. We'll attempt to make changes and adjustments accordingly so that we're able to match up as best as we can with the people that we have. And you know, we're just going to have to see how it goes during the first quarter particularly before we make any changes or adjustments. You know, I think it's important for both. I guess it's probably important for both teams to get off to a good start. And you know, we certainly. But again, I think that you know, I think that we'll approach it from the perspective. Yes, we want to get off to a good start, but we want to learn as we go along and make adjustments. And important to get off to a good start, but it'd be nice to finish on top.
The OK Sun has been known, especially with their record here. You're looking at Saskatoon with a 5-3, and of course an unbeaten record for the Sun. That has to give you an awful lot of confidence. They're known as an explosive team. They come out there and they seem to get on the scoreboard and they dominate from then on. They steamroll. What does that do for your confidence level? Are you going into this overconfident? Are you going to be wary? Where are you looking at?
Well, it's fortunate we have a long memory, and we can remember back to last year when we were a bit overconfident playing Richmond, and we almost lost that game. No, we've worked hard, and we've worked hard for every game we've played, and I think we've been playing at a level where we've earned everything. And I think, as far as confidence is concerned, we're not overconfident. We respect the Hilltops, and we respect their league. We expect, you know, from playing the Regina Rams last year, and we suddenly got physically beat. And you know, remembering that and going back into the same situation, we definitely are not going to be overconfident.
Both teams that well, 3 of the teams, I guess, that we've played in the playoffs so far, Calgary basically had the same record as we had. They were a tough team, and we beat them in the semifinal. And Regina, of course, had been undefeated. And you just go out and do your best, and hopefully things will work out. And Thunder Bay, although, you know, they came in and they had a great record as well. And I don't know. I don't think that you think too much about that. They're here. You know, they're a great football team, or they wouldn't be here. And we've earned the right to be here. And you know, it's just got to be kind of settled on the field.
You guys feel good playing at home? Coach Nagy, 17-0-1 at home or something, I understand?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate in our home games, and yeah, it's good to be at home. There's definitely an advantage to playing at home. The boys are more comfortable. They're staying in their own place. They're getting a good night's sleep before the game. You don't have all that distractions and that kind of thing that can affect your play, so it's good to be playing at home.
Okay, I'm standing here with Barry Ernest, who is the president of the Okanagan Sun team. And Barry, you know, one of the things that comes to mind here, physically, we have seen what the coaching staff does. There's a lot more to this team. We're operating with volunteers. Where does all the financing come from?
Okay, that's a good question, and it would take a very long answer, but basically the community participates through coming to the game, purchasing tickets at the gate, the advertising we receive from our program sales, program advertising and program sales, the various fundraising projects that we do embark upon, whether they be dinners or whatnot. We do some security work, for example. We handle concessions in the off-season. The other thing, of course, is the $100 that each player pays, which is a commitment that they make to the team that they want to play the game badly enough that they'll make that $100 commitment. So that is our major source of income. We did have lottery funding, which we have lost, and unfortunately that is crippling us. At this point we're okay, but next year we're in a real serious difficulty because we will not be able to buy new equipment. We will not be able to replace equipment that is already in need of repair or replacement.
Well, of course, that partially answers my next question, which was, you know, what can we expect from the province? Do we get an injection of funds in here from them?
Well, no, we don't. The only funding we receive from the province, of course, is through the lotteries branch, and unfortunately that has been denied to us. We have turned over every stone possible to tell them our story. Every team in the league is in the same situation, and therefore the league is, unless some solutions take place, in the next several months. The league will not be here in 2 or 3 years.
What about the city of Kelowna, Barry? Can we expect any backing from them at all?
Well, yes, support in the sense that the people who are decision makers within the city understand where our situation is, and they're supporting us in our dialogue with the government, and also our 2 MLAs are well aware of the situation, and we're trying to make some kind of an accommodation to that. Our funding needs through the lotteries would be in the neighborhood of $20,000 a year. We spend $6,000 on training supplies alone, over $4,000 on tape. To replace a helmet, it costs me $250. And so we're looking at, on an ongoing basis, of about $10,000 a year just in replacement, about another $6,000 to training supplies, and another $4,000 to expand our inventory. We've got 62 sets, we need 80. So if we could put $4,000 or $5,000 a year into that, that would bring us back up to that 80 level, probably in about 4 years.
What can we look forward to in the future then? What do we do? Do we go after public support? Do we go after business support?
At this particular time, we want everybody out to the game. We want them to enjoy themselves. We want them to feel good about the Okanagan Sun. It's their team. And stay in touch with us, and we'll let them know what is happening. I'm sure that the lotteries, which were designed not only for various needs, but also for sports, will sort themselves out. I'm sure that we'll come to some kind of an accommodation. I can't believe that we'd be shut out. This league will not go down, or this team, without a lot of loud noise. And
well, I would certainly hope so. You and I both know, and of course the sports fans that do come out know exactly what this team can do, and anyone who doesn't make it out are really missing something.
This is a great program. This is an excellent program. This is a program that pays bonuses to everybody in the city, everybody in this whole Okanagan area, and I'm sure that the benefits are being seen right today. You've seen the hype, you've seen the type of situation that we've got going here, and tomorrow you're going to see one of the best games that you've ever seen in your life. I don't care what league you're talking about.
Now Ferguson and Dan Crockett, and we're down here at Fieldside. Along with us is Mr. Murray Smith, and Murray tells us he formerly played for the Saskatoon Hilltops. How long ago was that, Murray?
Oh, it's quite a while ago. It was 1972, 73, and 74.
And what position did you play?
Most of the line positions. I was usually starting at defensive tackle, but I played all the other line spots too.
Of course, this must bring back an awful lot of memories for you.
Oh yeah, well there's so many fans here from Saskatoon that I was quite surprised. There must be a good 60 or 70 just up there in the stands right over there, and they're all people who were involved with the organization when I was there. And a lot of these guys coaching are guys I either played with or played against in high school or whatever, and it's kind of interesting seeing it. It's like old home fake class.
And of course your home is here in Kelowna now. You're a local businessman here?
Oh yeah, I've been here for 5.5 years now.
Does that bring on kind of mixed emotions, does it?
Well, yeah, I was sort of ideally hoping for a tie ball game, but it's kind of impossible in a playoff situation.
Just a little bit. Everybody wants to take that Gillespie Trophy home with them.
Oh, I know. A lot of kids on the Suns are guys that I formerly coached in junior, senior band before, and then of course the team with the Hilltops, the actual players, I don't know. Some of their last names sound awful familiar. Maybe I don't know, older brothers or mothers or something like that.
Is there anybody you'd like to say hello to back in Saskatoon?
Oh, I got an uncle and an aunt there, Uncle Len and Aunt Patty. But my family moved down to Regina now. I guess they aren't really Regina Ram fans, but not too many people left in Saskatoon except for old friends, but say hello to everybody there.
Great. Well, thanks once again, Murray. It's good to see you here. We're glad that you're here in Kelowna, and do enjoy the rest of the game. Folks, we'll sign off now. The girls are pushing us out of the way.
This man is...
Lots of yardage there for the first down.
Oh, beautiful hole there, and of course he just kept going. Marasco was the ball carrier, bounced off a couple of tackles, and manages to pick up a first down and then some. So we're 1st and 10 now from the 20-yard line of the Saskatoon Hilltops.
Look out, the Okanagan Sun is knocking again.
We don't see too much excitement right now by the Sun. Of course, they know there's a lot of time left in this game.
There's the snap. Hand off here to Mike Marasco. He's trying the right-hand side, and he could go all the way.
There it is. There you see number 21, Mike Marasco. What an awesome run that was. We got to put that word to that running play. Mike Marasco came around the right side of the line there, had a couple of good blocks thrown for him. Once he spotted that end zone, he made no mistake, Al.
And we mentioned early in the first half of Mike Marasco and exactly what he can do with the ball, and that he has the capability to go all out at any given time. He has the ability to go all the way, and that proves it right there.
Oh, he's exciting. And you know, the Okanagan Sun only took 2.5 minutes putting those points on the board, Al.
Well, there's another point, so 27-6.
All right, we're just underway in the third quarter, and already the Okanagan Sun has put a major on the board. Look out, folks, because as we've said before, once the Okanagan Sun gets that train going, there's no stopping it. We expected a close game, and this one's starting to become a runaway for the Okanagan Sun as they're showing their dominance, just like they have all during the year. We called this at the start of the game, Al, just how dominant the Sun can be because they take control not only defensively but offensively. They got a quarterback that can mix it up, and I think that's what's throwing Saskatoon off.
Well, the Sun does have a very explosive offense, as they've shown us in the past, and they do like to come out and establish themselves, and then they seem to steamroll from there. They didn't quite establish themselves too early in this game, as Saskatoon showed their stuff, and their drive was timely. They had to come away with 3 points by a field goal.
There we saw a good shot of Bresden, Ellis. He was leading the crowd in this chant. What a boot! Into the wind.
Good kick into the wind, taken down about the 10-yard line. All the way back up.
Oh, number 21 got running room.
He's got lots of running room there. Lots of second effort.
Oh, good job by Shane Sommerfeld to catch him there because he had open field. Shane was the last man back.
Well, Darren Hockman took that ball, and boy, he was headed upfield. He found lots of running room in there, and he was just stopped on this near side.
Boy, I'm impressed with the boot. Holmes got away into the wind. That was taken at the 10-yard line, but a good run back.
Well, there was an excellent kick and an excellent run back. We're seeing some pretty darn good football out here. There's Ryder back, looking to pass, looking downfield, and an excellent reception there, and that's going to be awfully close to a first down then.
Yeah, well, it's going to be close. Ken Reed was the receiver on that play, Al. Somebody's down on the field. One of the Okanagan
Peter
Sun
White,
players.
I think it was, stopped him there, Dan, and I don't know if that's who it is that's down or not, but
well, the training staff is out there on the field to have a look.
His forward point of progress, of Ken Reed's that is, was about that first down marker, and they bring the markers on. They're going to go for a measurement.
All right, that's Trevor Bannatyne, number 73, coming off. He'll be all right.
And they're short by about the length of a football. So awfully close down in there.
All right.
Ken Reed took that ball, and he was awfully close to the first down marker. They're short by about the length of a football.
We're waiting for the clock here, Al. It shows second
well,
and 10.
I think it'll
should show
going to be
second and 1.
Second
there
and a long one here is what
now
it will be.
Changed it.
Raiders down over that ball. There's just a little draw play and lots there for the first down.
I'll tell you, that wasn't an easy first down to get, but Morley Shanner, who is the top running back for the Saskatoon Hilltops, manages to pick it up.
So Saskatoon staying alive here. There's first and 10. They'll scrimmage that ball right from about center field.
11:28 remaining
Make that
in
their
the
own
third quarter.
51-yard line. Raiders calling the signals. Back, he's passing, he's going deep here. Oh, and way, way over the outstretched hands of Mark Lear.
Well,
no way he could catch up with that ball, Dan.
No, you can't expect that kind of play to happen either, Al, when they've basically spent the whole game running the ball. Now they go for the Hail Mary kind of pass. I think the Okanagan Sun is just a little too experienced to get caught in that one.
Well, you know, Saskatoon has been known as a running team, but there were a few rumors around as to their passing attack. Raiders going from the shotgun this time. And he's looking, he's got receivers open downfield. Oh, an excellent catch.
All right, he let it slip out of his
goodness.
hands.
Dan, he should have had that one.
It was there, Al. It was right in the numbers.
Indeed it was. Brian Thorstad,
Of course,
the receiver on that end, he should have had that one.
Paul St. Pierre was right there too, and of course you know darn well that guy's got that in the back of his mind. He knows if he catches that ball, St. Pierre is going to
Well, that was an
hit him hard.
just an excellent call by Reeder, but unfortunately they couldn't complete it. He'll be booting this one from right about his own 35-yard line. He does have the wind with him.
Now the receivers are all the way back at the 10-yard line, expecting
Not
a
much
long
of a
one.
rush there.
Taken at the 15.
Rod Muirhead up this right-hand side. He spins around in there trying to elude tacklers.
All right, actually taken at the 20, Al, and what does he get up to, about the 35?
He gained a good 10 or 15 yards on that run back, Dan, so a good run back by Rod Muirhead.
Shot of the sidelines with our handheld camera as you see the Okanagan Sun. Teammates congratulating one another.
The lights are on here. It's gotten rather cloudy and just a little bit on the dark side.
Just going to say we've really had a change. We've lost about 10 degrees somewhere.
There's Bresden. Takes the snap, and that's the handoff here to Mike Marasco again. Up the right-hand side, and look at this guy go.
Marasco with another good gainer. He's got a first down, Al. He's forced out of bounds about the 47-yard line.
Well, an excellent job in there again by Mike Marasco, taking a handoff from Shane Bresden. That moves the down markers.
Both Marasco and Nagy just seem to have that perfect sense of timing, whether to cut it upfield or go around. And he made no mistake that time.
First and 10 again. Bresden still in there as quarterback. And a draw play this time up the middle, and there wasn't any room there as Saskatoon just closed the doors.
Only about probably 3 yards on the play, if that.
Toy Grado just didn't get anywhere on that one, Dan.
No, it's good to see the Bresden mixing up the plays, of course.
Indeed. Saskatoon just closed the doors. They've cut that middle right off.
Jerry Dirksen, number 77 now, receiver into the game. He's going to be playing the wide side on the near sidelines.
2nd and 7. Bresden back, looking to pass. Little look in over the middle. Oh, and an excellent pass there to Toy Grado. He gets some excellent yardage after catching that football.
Beautiful play by Grado, managing to stay on his feet after that
There's
reception.
a shot of Coach Dave Hardy for Saskatoon, looking a little concerned.
Grado picks up an extra 5 or so yards after the first down on that. We've got another first down situation for the Okanagan Sun, and they're again into Hilltops territory, 1st and 10 at the Hilltops 45.
1st and 10. Bresden calling the numbers. There's the snap. Handoff. Mike Marasco again. Oh, and
this is unbelievable.
Excellent second effort by Mike Marasco. He's very, very, very close to another first down.
I'll tell you, he just snuck that 10 yards.
Oh,
Al.
didn't he? That was just good second effort, Dan.
It was beautiful. 2nd and 1, so they give him 9 yards on the carry.
I think that's a real short one, too, Dan.
It is, too. He was very close to a first down on that play.
And unfortunately, folks, today there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser.
That's the unfortunate thing.
Bresden back to pass over the middle.
Almost intercepted. He threw that one a bit low. And right into the arms almost to one of the Hilltops players. Dirksen was the intended receiver.
Well, Dirksen didn't have much of a chance at it there. It bounced right off of one of the Hilltop players.
Hodgson
all went for naught.
Hodgson and Lang now.
We're looking at a 3rd and 1 situation. And the Sun's going for it.
Oh, yeah, with
3rd and a short one.
Going.
Oh, and he's trapped in the backfield, but he broke away.
Oh, beautiful play.
Dan, I thought, boy, that
it looked like
that
he was going
so
down there.
Close. It sure did.
But he managed. Who is that, Al?
I don't know whether it's Marasco or
Gotta be Marasco
Nagy.
or Nagy, one of the two, and I think it's Marasco.
It's Mike Marasco.
All right, he just made a real tough second effort to gain the first down.
Well, he got the first down. He was trapped in the backfield, and they had a defender had hold of him.
What a big play!
He broke it away.
We don't put enough emphasis on how big a play that is, because You know, it's the difference of turning the ball over or keeping the drive going. It's just fantastic when a guy makes that second effort in for the first down.
And good second effort shown there by Mike Marasco to elude that tackle.
7:26.
Calling the numbers as fumble. He picked it back up and got it away just as he was hit.
Oh, that was
Tom
unfortunate.
Wixon was unfortunate. He couldn't pull that ball in.
Oh, he could have had that.
Bresnan got hit. That ball was fumbled on the snap from center, Dan, and Bresnan was lucky to get it back, and then he was lucky to get it away.
That's experience, too, picking out a receiver after you've had a fumble like that. That was a catchable ball, Al. Unfortunately, Wixon...
Bresnan got nailed by about 3 players, I think, just as he let that ball go.
He's tough.
2nd and 10. Bresnan calling. Takes the snap. He's back, looking to pass. Over the middle here. Oh, here we go
open
again.
Field, folks, almost.
Ed Kremenick. We saw Ed Kremenick go in for a touchdown 2 games ago, right at the very end of the game.
Nice job there of pass reception from Bresnan on the near side. Takes it all the way down to the 5-yard line, or 10-yard line.
Well, again, Bresnan mixing up the plays and mixing up his players.
I don't know if he tripped or what. It looked like he was going to cut to the inside, Al, and he just went down. He wasn't hit until he had gone down.
So moving the yardsticks again. Here we go. The Okanagan Sun knocking again from about the 9-yard line.
1st and goal.
Bresnan calling his signals. Oh, and a pitch out here again to Ed Kremenick, and he's going in.
Oh, I think he's in. Matt, what a job. What a beautiful job of staying in bounds, Al.
Absolutely. You can hear this crowd just going wild. He cut that corner, and he's in there for another 7.
There we see Ed Kremenick, number 31. Boy, it was fantastic at the 5-yard line. He was only inches from going out of bounds, but he managed to stay in bounds and get it in across the end zone line.
Well, an excellent play by Ed Kremenick. That's 2 in a row for Kremenick, and he took it in this time for the touchdown.
The point after.
There's the point after. It's good.
6:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and it's 34-6 for the Okanagan Sun, and we've seen this time after time. The Okanagan Sun, once they get going, they like to put lots of points on the board. Make no mistake about the win.
And the crowd's hollering, we want more.
Isn't that a beautiful shot from our sideline camera? It's fantastic.
And for you folks at home, you've seen Nick Rainbow, of course, down there with a cast on his foot. It was broken in last week's game. He'd love to be in here. Little information on him. He's 6'1", weighs 185 pounds, and at 19 years old, and he's a Kelowna native. And I'm sure that although he can't be in this game, I'll bet he would just love to.
Oh, there's no question about that.
And the crowd winding up the kick again. Into the wind.
Nice low kick this time by Holmes.
Oh, takes a wild bounce there.
Taken by number 48.
Paul Yossi.
Oh, he's hit right away, too. He only gets a few yards on the run back.
The Sun was down there very quickly to shut down that run back by Paul Yossi.
The Hilltops are going to be 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. They have the wind at their back, and it may aid them in this quarter, only I doubt it. As a running team, of course, it doesn't become much of a factor until you're punting.
34-6 in favor of the Okanagan Sun. Here's Reeder back to pass. He's looking deep.
Got a man in the clear.
Looking deep, and he's clear. Oh, an excellent catch down there.
That was one call that worked for them, Al.
Mark Olson just outran everybody, and he took that pass from Mark Reeder, and that really moved them downfield.
That was a 40-yard pass and run play, and that was a nice play to call, and it worked. The receiver had about 3 yards on the defenders on that one. That was just a little bit of a mix-up in the defense.
So Saskatoon starting to knock. Reeder, little draw play up the middle.
Hand off to number 32, Morley Shanner again. Comes wide, only back up to the line of scrimmage. In fact, there's a loss of a yard on the play. That was a big play for Saskatoon.
Oh, indeed it was.
We weren't expecting anything like that. Of course, they've tried it a couple of times and it didn't work.
Well, there was no mistake on that one. They made that one work. Reeder just popped it in there, just pretty as can be.
And
here he is, back. He's passing a little swing
he's
pass
going
out
for
here.
it again.
And
Got
another
man
good one.
wide open.
There's a touchdown for you. Darren Hockman, the receiver on that one.
Well,
so Saskatoon comes back to life.
They're catching the Sun a little flat-footed right now, Al. They've gone the running game the whole game up to this point, and now we see two big gainers, a 40-yard and a 35-yard pass and run for a touchdown on that play. Saskatoon's back in this one. 12 points on the board now.
And that comes at 5:18 left in the third quarter.
Well, we'll see if they go for a two-point conversion on this play. Well, they're going to go for it. They're not even trying the punt. They're going for the 2 points. Fake handoff and a pitch. And they're in for it. That was an unusual play.
They ran around a long time down there for that one.
Reeder carried that himself. He made it to about the half-yard line, and he got stopped, and he had a man open. So he pitched out to him, and in they go for 2 points.
So we saw the Okanagan Sun go down and put another touchdown on the board. Saskatoon Hilltops come right back and do the very same thing. So the score now 34-14, 5 minutes left to play in the Battle of the Wild West third quarter.
Well, and this is scary. The thing that bothers me is the ease that they put that ball in the end zone, Al.
There's
two big plays.
Shot of the coaching staff.
Well, they got to be feeling a little happier now. A 40-yard pass and run, and then a 35-yard pass and run for the touchdown.
Little bit of concern still showing on the face of Dave Hardy, the coach of the Hilltops. And they're attending to a player down here on the field.
Number 9, we're looking at Daryl Baslak, who's going to hold for the, or who normally holds. He's going to set the ball up for the kickoff.
Well, there we have it.
That's
number 13, Paul St. Pierre. He's coming off the field under his own steam, so he'll be all right. And the trainer you see there is Angie Dawson, and she's from Kelowna.
Let's watch Spencer McLennan, number 19, if he takes this punt. We know how dangerous he is. He ran back a touchdown in the last game on a punt return.
Here's the kick. Oh, and it's a good one.
Taken by McLennan at about the 7-yard line. He's full
look out
of steam going.
He's looking for
runs into the crowd at about the 34-yard line.
He was looking for acreage, Dan.
You bet he was. A lot of times the problem these specialty teams run into, especially on the run back, Al, is that they've got a full head of steam up when they catch that ball, and quite often they catch up to their own blockers and run into them.
That's right.
There's nowhere to go. 5:07 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, the Saskatoon Hilltops cheerleaders putting on a show down here.
What a colorful team, the Saskatoon
Indeed
Hilltops.
they are.
Bright yellow and blue.
Bresnan passing out here on the left-hand side. That's complete, of course, to Corey Lang. And that'll move the yardsticks.
That's a 19-yard passing play just over the middle, Al. I love those beautiful
plays. Just a quick little look in, and he was gone then. And, of course, Corey Lang, the favorite receiver of Shane Bresnan.
And we're up to midfield. Bresnan got that pass away in a hurry.
Indeed he did. 1st and 10. From about the 54-yard line. There's a handoff. Ed Kremenek, he turns the corner on that left-hand side.
Lots of running room.
Right up to about the 36, 37-yard line.
Oh, it was beautiful, Al.
We'll see where they place that football. It was around that 35-yard marker of Saskatoon.
He even made it inside 35. Just inside is where they're marking it. What a beautiful run.
Ed
Kremenek's coming alive in this game.
Indeed.
We mentioned that
we saw Kremenek go in, of course, for the touchdown just a couple of plays ago.
I don't know where these two came from. They came all the way from Africa for this game.
There's Bresnan. Takes the snap.
Nagy. No, is it Marasco?
And we have an injured Saskatoon player on the field.
Kremenek again, and he's hit right away on that running play. We're used to seeing Nagy and Marasco run the ball, and they're using Kremenek a lot
Well,
today.
Dale Soley's a little bit shook up on the play there for Saskatoon, but he's staying in. I don't imagine anyone wants to come out of this game too badly, Dan.
No, you bet. Everybody's up for this one. now we're seeing that the Okanagan Sun is just showing the Hilltops that they know how to run this football too.
Brisbane takes the snap. There's a pitch out.
Pitch to
Ed
Kremenek.
Kremenek, and he turned it upfield and he met a wave of tacklers.
Yeah, nowhere to go. He's not even back to the line of scrimmage on this one. Well,
I think there might have been a loss on that one, Dan.
There we see the bench of the Saskatoon Hilltops. Number 8, Christian Cabrera.
Well, he got back to the line of scrimmage, so we're looking at 3rd and 10.
Well, we'll see Rick Holmes
attempt a field goal, I would assume, from that point.
Well, yeah, they are.
Nagy's holding for him. He'll hit this one from about the 43-yard line. Oh, and it's against the wind. I don't think he'll make it.
No, it's going to be short.
Just a little bit short.
Flag on the play, I think, is a clipping call against the Saskatoon Hilltops.
Darren Hockman, of course, took that ball, and the Okanagan Sun didn't give him much room.
No, unfortunately for Holmes, he got that ball a little high, Al, and the wind caught it. It would have been long enough under normal conditions.
So, 43-yard field goal goes 4-0.
Yeah, I believe Trevor Bannatyne was the holder on that field goal attempt, too. We normally see Nagy hold that
We generally
ball.
see Nagy holding in there. Got a good eye, Dan. I didn't quite catch that.
Well, I happened to look up from the monitor and was able to see his number.
Well, Saskatoon scrimmaging that ball from their own 5. Raiders back to pass out here on this near side. He's got some running room.
Taken by Mark Olson, number 79, the wide receiver for Saskatoon. Gains a few yards on the play. They're moving the sticks now. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 19.5-yard line.
Well, both these teams are being pretty effective in moving that ball, Dan.
They sure are. And, of course, now we see the Saskatoon Hilltops mixing their plays up a bit. And Reeder showing us
here we are, Reeder looking to throw that ball again.
Well, he comes over here again, but number 79 had slipped and fallen on that play. And no option, of course, for the quarterback. He's called that play, and he was rushed on the play, and he just had to let it go.
He just threw it into the bench of the Okanagan Sun. So, Saskatoon offense sputters a little bit here. 2nd and 10. Can the Sun hold them? They've already shown that they can pass long, so look out. And Reeder out of the shotgun. He's looking downfield again.
No receivers open, so he elects to hang on, and he gets nowhere. Gaden's about a yard on the play, maybe 2 at the best.
Not much more than the line of scrimmage for sure, Dan.
Well, a good job now by the Sun. They got caught flat-footed on that last series of plays for the touchdown, and they're picking up the receivers now, Al. They don't want Saskatoon to go for another long gainer. So they were willing that time just to open up, lay back a bit, and let Reeder attempt to pick up the yardage himself.
Well, Reeder's going to be connecting with this ball right about his own 8-yard line. He does have the wind with him, however. High punt. Oh,
Muirhead's
taken down
take
here.
This one.
Rod Muirhead picks it up and just dives ahead for about 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, that's about all.
Excellent field position, though, for the Okanagan Sun, Dan.
Yeah, you bet it is.
They're right about the midfield stripe.
We're down almost to 1 minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. And fortunately for the Sun, I say fortunately anyway, they're going to be taking over the ball in the 4th quarter with the wind at their back, Al.
That's right. And we've seen all kinds of football here today, folks. We've seen the running plays, the passing plays. We've seen razzle-dazzle and just, some of them were just terrific.
The Okanagan Sun is always going to provide you with an entertaining football game, no matter who they're playing.
Looking over the middle.
Little low
for Tom Wixon to try and bring in.
Yeah, Wixon slipped. He tried to come back for that one, but unable to get back at it. The light's on here at the Apple Bowl, and they're taking over right now as we're beginning to lose.
There's a shot of Scott
daylight.
McFarland and Adrian Rainbow warming up on the sidelines.
And we have seen the coaching staff go with the alternate quarterbacks.
Breslin still in there, looking to pass over on the left-hand side.
Boy, I'll tell you,
that's
close to pass interference.
Oh,
it's
indeed.
not been called, but I'll tell you, the crowd sure thought so. From our angle,
The official was Johnny on the spot, and he
was
says
right
there
there, Al.
wasn't anything. So the Sun come up short. They're looking at 3rd and 10. They'll send in the kicking team.
Yeah, with 34 seconds here.
We thought we might see a penalty on that last play, but the official was right on the spot, and he didn't seem to think there was anything wrong, so. Holmes will be kicking this ball right from about his own 35. A little bit of a rush coming.
Oh,
he got away a high
too.
towering punt.
Taken at about
Taken
the
by
20.
Darren Hockman, and look out, he's
all
still
over
alive.
the field. There's 4 flags down on the
indeed.
field, Al. There's one at the 20-yard line, and then there's 3 right around the 35-yard line. So we may see more than one penalty called in this situation.
Well, even the Sundog threw a flag, Dan.
Okay, well, that's pretty serious when that happens.
We'll have to wait until the officials sort all these penalties out, but I would assume it's going to be blocking from the rear or clipping, Dan.
There's the score, folks, 34-14. Hometown Okanagan Sun in the lead.
5 seconds left, showing on the clock here.
All around in the air.
Well, they're moving it 1st and 10 from about their own 41-yard line. Oh, and a draw play, and oh my goodness, Reeder slipped and fell on that one, and
yeah, that was unfortunate.
boy, we have players down all over the field. He's a little upset with that.
No doubt about it. Of course, they've got a long way to go here. They've got 14 points on the board.
Well, we really have to be impressed with this Saskatoon team because they were not expected to be here in the first place, but they overcame all sorts of odds, putting Regina away, putting Manitoba away, and here they are in the championship.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they don't go home with
Reeder
any shame.
looking to pass. Oh, and he just got that one away, and it goes for naught.
That was dangerous, too, as we had one of the Okanagan Sun players moving in there, number 22, Darren Jones.
Darren Jones, of course, and we saw Darren Jones intercept a couple of times last week.
Right, and he almost
against
had
the
one
Raiders,
today.
Dan.
There we see him heading for the sidelines as the offensive unit takes the field.
Well, 3rd and 10 for the Hilltops.
There's a look at the Sun Dancers, our handheld camera.
Lines are down. There's the snap. Good snap. And it's a fake. Look out.
Play.
Oh, excellent play in there.
Nice play. Just a first down, too, Al. That was awfully close. The reception was made about the 54-yard line, and that's right about where the sticks were.
Well, we heard a couple of the Sun coaches hollering, watch the fake, and that's indeed what it was.
Yeah.
Ken Reed comes up big with a big catch there to move the yardsticks.
And we mentioned that at the start of the game, too. The quarterback, number 22, in there, Reeder in there, and we know that option play is available to him at any time on the punt.
That's right.
That's just like a big shotgun
Oh,
formation.
isn't it? Well, Reeder's still in there. He's looking to pass again over the middle this time.
Nobody there.
A little bit of a mix-up there, I think, because he didn't have any receivers anywhere near that ball, Dan.
No, that's got to be a broken play.
So that brings on a 2nd and 10 situation. They're sitting about the midfield stripe. So Saskatoon trying to stay alive. And they did stay alive via the fake on that last play, and they went to Ken Reed. He made a first down for them.
Yeah, they're coming up with some big plays here early in the 4th quarter.
Well, looks like Reeder out of the shotgun again this time.
Looking for the pass.
And he's looking
He's going deep.
Oh, it's intercepted. It's intercepted there, Dan. Paul St. Pierre. And there are flags in the backfield before that interception.
Yeah, the flags hit the field before that ball was caught, Al.
We'll have to see what the call is.
Good job by St. Pierre to pick that one off.
Darren Johnson tackled Paul St. Pierre. Just an excellent interception there by Paul St. Pierre. We'll have to see what the flags are about, though. They came on the field before the interception, Dan. So we'll have to see if it stands.
Well, we saw an indication that the penalty was going against the Sun.
Well, if that's the case, it could rule out that interception.
It does, Al.
Well, that negates the interception.
Interference, so it's 1st and 10 again for the Hilltops. This could be a big turnaround here for the
Indeed,
Hilltops.
it could.
Fake handoff and a
Oh,
pick
and a
back.
reverse back there, and he was very nearly trapped in the backfield. And
that
look
was
out.
close.
Oh, he got about 2 yards down, and that was it.
Darren Hockman, boy, he was nearly caught back there for a huge loss.
Oh,
Al.
boy. I didn't see who it was came through there, but he came like a steam engine, and Hockman was very nearly dropped in the backfield for a big loss. As it was, he only gained about a yard on the play, or 2 yards at the most.
The only thing that saved him is that he was going full speed and just
That's
managed
right.
to elude that.
Give them a yard. 2nd and 9. Reeder from the shotgun. And he's looking, no one there. Looking deep on this far side and out. Oh, over through his receiver.
Yeah, very nearly let that ball go over the line of scrimmage, too. I was watching the referee there to see if he was going to toss a flag, but he rules that Reeder got rid of that just before he stepped over the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was awfully close, and of course Ken Reed made the big play for them just a couple of plays ago to keep them alive. Couldn't quite do it this time. It was beyond his outstretched fingers, although he made a diving catch.
All right, I wonder if they're going to be going for it, Al. They're a little bit too far out, being there into the wind to go for a field goal, I would think.
Well, we saw the fake last time, Dan, and they do have that option, as you say, with Reeder doing double duties, kicking as well as being the quarterback. So we'll have to see what they do this time.
He may line up in the punt formation, but he may choose to go for it. They need a lot of points, Al. They're 20 points down.
11 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
Well,
and they're going for it.
He's going for it.
So Reeder out of the shotgun. And he's looking across this right-hand side again.
Sidelines.
Oh!
Beautiful play.
In and out of the hands of Ken Reed.
Oh, number 52 there.
Excellent play there by number 52, Cal Nesdley.
Oh, he did a fantastic job.
Just an excellent defensive play.
That's textbook, Al. He kept his eye on that receiver so he wasn't eluded, and then at the last minute he looked up to see where that football was and managed to get between it and the receiver. What a fantastic job.
And of course, Ken Reed was keeping the Hilltops alive in there, as you know. And we've seen him, seen Reeder go to him a couple of times. He's come up big for them. That time he was unable to pull it in.
So there's a turnover on the third down attempt, and the Okanagan Sun are 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Preston calling the numbers. Back to pass. Looking long.
Corey Lang.
Oh, and in and out of the hands of Corey Lang. He couldn't quite hang on to it. And boy, he was in for pay dirt.
Oh, he knows he could have had that, Alan. He had open field, too, ahead of him. He just bobbled it. He had it in his arms, but unfortunately,
indeed he did.
He was running pretty hard when he caught that one, and he just couldn't hang on. What a big disappointment right there.
Well, that brings on a 2nd and 10 situation. Sun's still in good field position, about their own 44-yard line. Bresnan still in there as quarterback. Lines are down, starts his count. There's the snap. Bresnan back to pass, looks like a screen. Yes, sir, a screen, but there was nobody there for him. Ball goes for naught, brings on a 3rd and 10 situation.
The closest guy was Glenn Fowles there, offensive lineman, and it was over his head.
Well, they tried to set up the screenplay on that one, Dan, and there must have been a bit of a mix-up there. There was just no one in the area at all.
I think Bresden was back a little bit farther than he wanted to be on the screen, too. He was being chased, and he had to go back 15 yards there.
Well, it could be that the Hilltops weren't being fooled, and they didn't want to be drawn out.
That's true.
Holmes will hit this one from about his own 30-yard line. The wind's gone down, so that won't be much of a help. Good high, towering punt.
26 takes it at the
Mark Lear, and he's turning it upfield, and oh boy.
Grabbed by the sweater there. That was awful close, Al. He could have had some more
I think
yardage.
that was Paul St. Pierre that had hold of his sweater, and he wasn't letting him go.
Shows the strength of that St. Pierre, because he caught him in full flight by the sweater, and that was it.
Oh, he was hanging on for dear life. He wasn't letting go until he got some help in there.
Time's running out for Saskatoon. 9:25 remaining in the game.
Reeder takes that snap. He's looking to pass over here on the near side. And a good one.
Taken by Mark Olson again. He's done a good job of receiving in this game.
34-14 is the score here in the fourth quarter. The Okanagan Sun over the Saskatoon Hilltops. And this is a Wild West shootout, folks. This is for the Gillespie Trophy. Reeder still in there as quarterback, calling the numbers. There's the snap. He fumbles the ball.
Again.
Oh, and I think the Sun has recovered.
I'll tell you, it could be. There's a real fight in there.
We'll have to see when they clear the pile.
They're still fighting.
No doubt. We'll see what happens once they clear this. Pile them in. We'll see who comes up with that football.
There we see the officials right there looking to see who's got that ball. Look at, they're still fighting for possession of it.
It looked as though a Sun player grabbed that ball, Dan.
It really did to me, too.
We'll have to wait for the official
still
call,
haven't
of
seen
course.
A signal here from the officials.
Well, the Hilltops recover.
They managed to recover on that fumble, but a good job by the Sun in forcing that fumble.
Saskatoon was most fortunate on that. Third and 4. Reeder takes that snap. Back to pass. Oh, and an excellent play in there to
number 72.
I'm totally lost on that one, Dan.
I don't see
I don't know
72
who 72 is
on my sheet. We've got a number of changes here, but that's not one of them.
Well, no doubt you folks in Saskatoon will know who your players are, but
about 14
our apologies
yards.
for that. We don't have that young man listed, but he did an excellent job in there. Here's Reeder, back to pass again. He's looking long.
Almost. Number 79, Mark Olson coming from the far side this time, and almost picks it up at the 5-yard line, but he had defensive players right on him.
Well, Reeder trying that long pass again, and we did see it work before, Dan. They went in for a touchdown off a long bomb, and they were looking for it again. Brings on a 2nd and 10 situation.
Well, they pretty well have to. I think the Sun can be pretty confident in covering those deep plays right now, because that's about all that's left for the Hilltops is that long pass.
2nd and 10 from the 40. Reeder's going back to pass. The rush is on. Went for a little screen.
A good run on that play.
Well, they set the screen up pretty good that time, Dan, and Maury Norrisman was able to make a first down.
Nice little screen, and boy, did he motor. That fella can go. You give him a little bit of room. So they're well into Sun territory now. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Reeder still in there as quarterback, takes the snap. He's looking to pass again, and the rush came on him. He just got away, and there's a touchdown.
6 points on the board. Nice play. Number 74, the receiver on that one.
That's Brian Thorstad.
So again, this quarterback comes up big for the Saskatoon Hilltops. They're back in this game, folks. 34-20 with 7.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Well, we have lots of time, Dan.
Lots of time, and a gutsy team, Al. Now we know why they're here. This team doesn't quit.
Well, they were pretty well snowed under by Regina earlier in the season, but they came back to beat Regina 36-32 in the playoffs, and they're here today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of teams